What's up, guys? It's Lucky Jack Racing. It's Maria, my 1991 Camaro Z28. And today, I want to finally address my rear end issues. Okay? I know what you're thinking, but you have a 4th generation Camaro rear end. It's practically bulletproof. Why do you need to adjust your rear end? Well, let me take you back to one of the times that I brought it up on the converter and left off the line. And the next thing I heard was... Turns out, I found out a few weeks later, I had twisted both lower control arms and my torque arm. They were originally straight like this. Now they are like that. So, I'm replacing it all with tubular. Okay? Tubular is just the way that I want to go. It's all UMI stuff. Nice, decent components. I mean, but on top of that, I'm also going to be putting in a 1.5-inch drop spring. Now, the problem with the drop spring is on this car, it'll end up lifting the rear end because these are factory springs and shocks and they are worn out. These are the original ones from 1991. They have 220,000 miles on them. And they're still holding up the rear end. But I'm finally going to relieve them of their duties. So, we salute you, shocks and springs.
Okay, so first things first. While it's still on the ground and not jacked up, I have to fold down the back seats and move part of the carpet so that I can access the bolts for the top of the shock. So, I still have all my racing equipment in here, including my mom's helmet, my fire jacket, my pants, and my old helmet. I got a new one for Christmas, so I'm pretty excited about that. All I gotta do now is figure out how to fold these things down. I don't remember. I did it one time. Oh, here we go. There we go. Got that one. Fold down this one. Ooh, the light is bright. There. Okay. So now I need to, let me lower this light. Okay. So now apparently I need to undo the carpet here, and I should be able to fold it back and find the bolts to the shocks because they're somewhere in that general vicinity. So let me try to do that real quick. So I'm just going to grab the carpet, pull it up. Come on. Okay, now let's see, where are you at? Oh, no. Here, oh, here they are. They're right under this piece of foam. Okay, let me get out the other one real quick. Here we go. See right there? We have that one. Let me... So what's crazy is the fact that these actually were not touched. I mean, I looked at the foam and the foam is still like in place perfectly from where it was in 1991. So this is just another example of a really nice 90s car that is basically unmolested until you get a hold of it. So, I mean, just remember, they're still out there. Still out there. You just got to look really hard for them sometimes. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and bolt these tops and then move around to the back and start working underneath the car. So I went ahead and got the rear shocks undone. So now I just got to jack up the car and put it on stands, and I can start working on getting springs out. So I got the car up on stands right now. It's just chilling. I'm going to go ahead and start taking off the rear suspension parts one at a time. So cue working montage. So let me show you with what I'm going to be replacing my factory stamped suspension with. So I bought some nice tubular pieces from UMI, and I bought all non-adjustable stuff mostly because it's more of a street car than a strip car. If it was like a hardcore race car that I wanted to keep stock factory suspension for, I would have went with all adjustable stuff so I could got a better pinion angle. But you know what, this is good enough for what I'm doing with it. I'm just trying to stiffen up the chassis a little bit, keep it from not twisting, and maybe eliminate some wheel hop problems, because a lot of people don't know 3rd gen Camaros have a pretty nasty wheel hop issue, and that was something that hindered me this past season. So let me show you what I have bought. So these are my lower control arms and panhard bar from UMI. Got instructions, pretty good looking pieces in my opinion. What else we got? Ooh, we got stickers. I love when we get stickers with stuff. Look at that. That's going on there. People need to know that I have UMI equipment on here. That's nice. I like stickers. Okay, let's go ahead and cut some of this packaging off. Let's inspect these. I bought everything on Black Friday sale, so like it wasn't as nearly as expensive as normal, which was nice. So saved a little bit of money, used some sponsorship money. I am sponsored by a place called Sammy Phillips Electrical. So thank you, Sammy Phillips Electrical, for your sponsorship. Wish I had a pocket knife. I forgot mine. There we go, finally. Oh yeah, look at these units right here. These are nice. I went with the red because, you know, the rest of the car's red, so why not have red suspension components? There we go. 1, 2. Here we go, panhard bar. And yeah, so I'm gonna start changing equipment out on this car, and it's gonna be pretty nice. hard bar is now installed. Like it fit nice. Now I gotta do lower control arms. So let's get started. So I now have both lower control arms and the panhard bar all installed. So I'm going to see if I can lower the rear end and get these springs out real quick. So check out the difference right here. So these units right here are from UMI. They are 1.5 inch drop springs compared to my factory height springs. There is a pretty big difference in my opinion. I mean, you can tell, you know, there's like almost an entire coil difference between them. But the problem is these two right here are completely worn out. They don't work anymore. I mean, this one's so freaking twisted, it won't even sit up by itself. So, yeah, they're junk. These, not junk. These, very pretty, very nice. Going to help us out a lot. So let me shove them up in there, get them installed. So now I need to remove this bottom shock bolt real quick. So this shock will come out and I can get the other one out. So I can start working on the new shocks. So here are my two OG 1991 Camaro shocks. As you can tell, these things are pretty beat up looking, and yeah. Junk. So, time to put on some new ones. So, what I got, fancy QA1, single adjustable, so I can hit the clicky, 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 so I can get all those levels of adjustment. I mean, these are really nice units. I've seen them in the packaging, but I haven't taken them all the way out. These have 18 ways of adjustment on the one dial, which is pretty nice. And yeah, I'm really excited about these because they're single adjustables, which is something that I've wanted. They're nice QA1s, which is also something that I like. And yeah, I mean, they're just good looking shocks. I gotta push the bushings in. Well, I gotta press the sleeve in, but besides that, I think that I'll be ready to go with these. I mean, look, it's all the way down. Turn it up, click it back and forth. Easy to it. So the final thing that I gotta take off the Camaro is the torque arm. That's probably one of the most crucial components to the entire thing, is because it adjusts the pinion angle and it keeps it all straight. So I got to get that out, and then I'll put my new tubular UMI one in. So let me do that real quick. So here's my old junky torque arm, you know, factory stamp. This is my nice new tubular torque arm from UMI. Now the only thing that is going to be a pain is I have to replace the bushing, so I'm going to go ahead and replace that. And you're going to have to trust me on this because there's not enough room for me to have the camera up under the car. So, yeah, let me install this real quick. So I finished up the rear suspension job. How I ended up finishing the torque arm was actually kind of interesting. I ended up having to shave a little bit off of the rear end housing because, well, it was apparently a little too big for the torque arm that I'd ordered, so I just shaved a little bit off and it fit perfectly after that, and there's no interference or anything now. Look at it. I mean, it's nice and low. I mean, there's definitely, it's really only a ½ inch lower, even though it's an 1.5 inch lowering spring due to the fact that the suspension was worn out. But look at this. I mean, virtually no body movement. It is like, I mean, it's stiff. It's nice. I can adjust it with the little click it over, and, you know, either go for comfort or for performance. I mean, it leaves me with a world of possibilities with this car, which I'm happy about. Even though it's more of a street trip car, even if I want to throw on some wide tires all the way around and go canyon craving, you know, Mulholland Drive type stuff, you know, I mean, it would be awesome. So, rear suspension is fixed on this budget-built drag car. That's really not a drag car. Street car? I don't know. We'll figure that out later. Now it did present new issue. System exhaust, I had to take it off to get the torque arm on. So I got to fix that because there's a major exhaust leak. But then I got to figure out a muffler that's not going to drag, because these have a tendency whenever you hit a bump, just hit the ground, make a spark show. I don't really want that. I'm not a mini trucker, okay? This is not a mini truck. I own a mini truck, but I don't, okay? So that needs to be adjusted and needs to be addressed on this car. But besides that, function's great. Got to get started on the front end, same sort of thing. But that's going to be for another video. So if you liked what you saw, you want to see more of Maria, just, you know what, so hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, support the best 16-year-old drag racer on YouTube. Come on, y'all. And thanks very much. This is Lucky Jack Racing.